This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Is owning less really worth it? That's the question for today's conversation. If you grant me a few minutes of your time, I'd like to challenge your thinking with a quick story. And the main character of this story is you, or me, or whatever persona you see when you look into the mirror. The plot is what happens. What story you tell based on what you see in the mirror. Now, if I was telling my story 5 or 6 years ago, I'd probably lead with something like this. Believe it or not, I always felt like the oddball, the one that everyone knew but no one understood, a black boy. And then I would proceed to outline every piece of my life that felt odd or unsure, cluttered. Who used poetry to cover his pain, the rhythm of words to reflect the heartbeat he wished he had, a black boy. But see, we're not living in the past. 5 or 6 years ago is what was. Today is our opportunity to define today, tomorrow, to highlight what will be, and to consciously choose to declutter everything that's, opposite the person we want to be. Now, I could have answered today's question with a simple yes or no and called it quits. But 1, that's not my style. And 2, I want to give you some food for thought to chew on as you're staring at your reflection and telling your story. Because in my opinion and from my experience, owning less is totally worth it. And here's why. But first, I'd like to take a moment to debunk a pretty common minimalism myth in case you're already thinking it. Now, yes, we're discussing the idea of owning less, but this is not a race to zero. I'm not asking you to go without. Instead, I'm asking you to do the opposite in a way. Think about it like this. Minimalism is living with more of what matters by choosing to want less of what doesn't. All right. Number 1 is less leads to confidence. Now, confidence helps us navigate the world more easily. We make better decisions, we worry less, we compare ourselves less. We also unlock a sense of mental freedom, which allows us to live with less stress. All of these things in some way feed off of how confident we feel or don't feel. And whichever end of this scale you find yourself on, there's always room to learn and let go. I remember feeling like every action I took towards owning it less was going against what was normal. Like, who does this, right? Who lives without fill in the blank? But as ironic as it felt, I started to feel more confident the more I let go. And here's how. Number 1 is I started to uncover who I truly was. I've talked about this reality check experience before. It's essentially unavoidable the moment you start to dig through and declutter your clutter. And this reality check uncovered a lot for me personally. Number 2 is I was forced to face and accept me for me. This idea of self-love, right? Because I started to really see myself without the clothes, the shoes, or the various personas I've grown used to presenting. It was just me and the mirror I was staring into. Now, if you haven't already, I definitely want to challenge you to start letting go. It may be scary, but it's totally worth it. Number 2 is less builds clarity. Now, there are 2 types of clarity that I want to highlight in this video. There's clarity of the mind, right, in terms of core values, and then there's clarity in the heart, in terms of gratitude and gratefulness. Let's break it down. Starting with core values. Now, if you've been a part of this community for a while, I'll spare you because I'm sure you already know where this is headed. However, if you're new here, first off, welcome. Now check this out. Your values help guide your behavior and decision making. They define the path you travel in life. See, when you start to declutter your life and move towards owning less, you're going to face a reality check, as I mentioned earlier. A part of that reality check is building clarity around what you value in life, because your values dictate your behaviors and decisions. Now, if you need help identifying your core values, or if you simply want to reevaluate what you already value, then you should definitely head over to my website at ronaldlbanks.com/values and download my core values worksheet. And while you're there, you might as well check out my blog as well. Now, really quick, this is something I've been working on in my free time with the help and ease of Squarespace's blogging tools, and I'm excited to officially be pressing the publish button. These posts are simple, valuable, and actionable, just like the conversations we have here on YouTube. And my hope is that you find encouragement and motivation in my words as you do my videos or voice, if that makes sense. Also, if you're a writer like I am, a business owner, or someone with a project to share, then don't skip out on Squarespace. They're an all-in-one platform to help you build a beautiful online presence, everything from blogging to tracking your analytics, even an online store if you choose. And their templates make it super easy to get started and hit the ground running with a website that looks good. So if this is you, definitely check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And then when you're ready to launch your project or blog, head over to squarespace.com/Ronald L. Banks to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. All of those details are linked below. All right, the second part in this clarity conversation is gratitude. See, when we're used to having a lot of stuff, sometimes we don't fully appreciate what we do have, and we constantly find ourselves searching for or expecting more. It's an ongoing cycle when we lose touch with what it means to be grateful. Now, this doesn't mean you can't have or want nice things. I want you to have nice things. I have nice things. What it does encourage, however, is action. See, gratitude is choosing to make gratefulness an intrinsic part of your life every single day. Number 3 is less increases productivity and efficiency. Think about everything you own and do as things you're managing and investing time into daily. This alone should challenge your perspective around how much stuff you own, as well as how much of your life your stuff is stealing from you. If you're spending so much time in your day managing unnecessary clutter and things, then how much time do you realistically have to be productive at work, or to be present with family, or to simply enjoy life? Remember, owning less gives you an opportunity to live more. And by changing your relationship with stuff, you're then creating a new relationship with you. So is owning less really worth it? Comment below your answer, your reason, or your question, and let's talk about it together. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up for me. If you're new here, again, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Consider hitting that subscribe button down below so you can join this community and grow with all of us here. Always remember to stay true to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.